Lanigan Racing, 6-time career race winner. God, you've been driving since you're like
10.
IndyCar since you're like 10, it seems like.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what, this is your...
It was 18.
It's year number
so
12.
Your 12th year,
No, it's
13th
13th
year
It's the
IndyCar.
lucky 13.
Is it?
You missed your high school graduation because you were racing in Houston in '07, I remember.
That was prom, you missed his
Oh,
prom.
prom, was it, right?
That was the luckiest day of my life. Didn't have to go to prom. It doesn't get any better than that.
And you finished second, I think, or on the podium.
Yeah, I finished. That was my first career podium.
Yeah.
Second. Yep.
How long ago does that seem?
You know, it's gone by pretty darn quick. It feels like a while ago when I look back at pictures, but it's actually, I feel like it's happened pretty fast, so. In fact, I was thinking last night, I'm 30 this year, or just turned 30, and I was thinking last night about how, I remember like, when I was like 27, feels like yesterday, I was like, oh, I got plenty of time before I'm 30, and then now, here I am. So, yeah, it definitely goes by quicker than I anticipated. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Oh, sure it is. Talk about the season, what you're looking forward to, the next couple days out of Dakota.
Well, I'm looking forward to change this year. You know, last year was a bit, you know, a bit of a tough one for myself, I think for our team. You know, but I'm looking forward to what I'm seeing out of Alan. You know, so far. I mean, Alan's an extremely accomplished engineer that definitely brings a different mindset to our program than what we had last year. He and Eddie are very close friends, and I think that's going to help us just from the standpoint that, you know, they're really on the same page. In fact, they're like two old married, you know, couple that they just pretty much don't even need to talk to each other. They know what they're thinking, which is good. But that was something that I think we needed. We need a little bit of life brought back in the team. You know, if anything, you know, challenges I kind of expect are just to get everything in order in time, from the standpoint that we've figured out a lot of areas that we were lacking development and stuff last year and even before that, frankly, that have kind of put us behind. So, you know, when you try to then go and do all that development and get caught up, it puts you in a bind, and we've definitely seen that this year. That, you know, unfortunately we've had a little turnover in employees just from how hard we're working everybody. So it's a different period of time in our team a little bit, but I'm excited for what I see, and I know that in the end it's all going to pay off. It's just a matter of, you know, when. And I hope this week performance starts to turn around a little bit. Certainly at the test in Laguna, you know, we were okay, but we weren't great. You know, Sebring, we were okay, we weren't great. And you know, we need to try to turn that around a little bit. So we'll see. But there's a lot to be excited about for us. I mean, for sure, you know, we're in a good position as a team. We've got great sponsorship, and that's going to allow us to continue to push forward and develop and do the things we need to do. It's just, how long does that take to come into effect, I guess?
With the schedule, 8 races on network TV, you know, a lot of sponsors, a lot of cars on the grid, a lot of interest in the series. Is this a great time to be an IndyCar driver?
No, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's definitely. I had this discussion on Speed Freaks the other night about is it back? I mean, I don't consider anything back just because I consider it a different era than what it was. But having said that, it's definitely. I feel fortunate it's headed down the right path. It's all of our jobs as drivers to try to help and to continue to bring light to that and to continue to push, but there's no doubt that it's in a much better spot than where it was even a handful of years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it may be. You know, if you can get one more OEM to come in here, then this place is going to absolutely take off. And I think in IndyCar racing, we need to be fortunate to say that. You know, when you look at other forms of motorsport right now, they can't say that, no matter if they try to put a positive spin on it or not. IndyCar racing, the proof is in the pudding, and it is headed in a great direction. You know, so it's things are looking really good. And like I said, I think everybody, you guys included, everybody has their part and continuing to push this thing forward. And ultimately, I think we can find ourselves in a really good spot, you know. But I'm excited, you know. I'm excited for where it's at. I'm excited that, you know, while I've been here forever, like we just talked about, I still feel like I've got a long time ahead of me to help push the sport forward again for the next generation. And you know, you've got a lot of young guys coming into it as well, which is good, and names that people are going to be very familiar with in the future. So yeah, it's a good time.
Jay's talked a lot about, I mean, with his 5-year plan and the OEM, he talked a lot about the power of the paddock and talking to you guys about that. Recently, I heard him say something to the effect of doing the same thing with marketing of the
Yeah.
series, and he's going to ask what you guys want to see done. What do you want to see done in terms of marketing this series?
Well, yeah, you know, I pushed him pretty hard on that. You know, a couple of years ago, you know, they kind of showed us their marketing plan. CJ did. And his marketing plan was we're going to put ads in Racer magazine. And I told him, with all due respect, that's not what we need to do. You know, you need to be there, but that is, you know, and I only bring up Racer because it's obviously such a big and focused racing, you know, print media form, but that's not gonna find, you know, the average person that's over there kind of hanging out right now, and that's where we need to focus. What are we gonna do in the bigger picture to broaden our horizons? And that is certainly, I think, change that can continue to evolve. We need to still hit the racers. We need to hit, you know, all of those magazines and all the print media, because as you guys know, that's what kept us alive, and that's what, you know, is going to keep us alive going forward. But to broaden the you know, the spectrum of viewers and you know, fans that come into this, we need to do a lot of other things that I think NBC can really help us with. Whether that's getting guys like myself involved in maybe the charity golf event in Lake Tahoe, which has become this big, you know, who's who in the sports world. You know, going and cross-promoting with the NHL, doing football stuff, you know, trying to really bring yourself into a different light. And I think we have that opportunity a little more now, and they seem very receptive to that. But ultimately, you know, it's up to the series and the sport, but I think it's good, you know, what I see happening. Obviously, you know, I feel like the PR staff has continued to grow within the organization. Adding Ziz is a great thing. So, you know, there's a lot of positives, I think, that can help as well. But the biggest thing is that, you know, Jay Fry is, you know, he's the man. I mean, he's a man of his word. If he says he's going to do it, it happens. You know, he's stuck to the plan all the way through this entire thing. And I think all of us have been involved in racing for quite some time, and you know that's not ordinarily the case. So we're in good hands, if nothing else, and hopefully it'll continue to push forward.
How good is it to have a teammate for the second consecutive season?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, you know, and Takuma and I, you know, we both know what we struggled with last year and where we need to get better. And it's nice not to really have any turnover, somebody new to learn or whatever. You know, we can just put our heads down, keep working forward, and you know, I think we'll be able to do that pretty well.
Time up.
Yeah, stop talking, Graham. That's it.
You were talking a lot about what's it like with you and Sato? I mean, just the relationship. I mean,
Oh no, we get on well for sure.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. You know, he's, other than Elio, he's probably the happiest man on the planet. You know, so he's a great guy and fits in well with our organization. And we try to pride ourselves on this family sort of environment. And, you know, he fits in extremely well to that. So, you know, we need to do a better job for him as a team to help. I mean, he won a race last year, but obviously we can both do a lot better. You know, to help him be more successful as well. You know, that side, you know, the 30 car, but yeah, I mean, he's easy. He's easy to go along with.
I wouldn't say the word is antsy. I don't want to put words in your mouth. How would you describe your hunger to want to win again?
Well, you know, the thing is that, you know, we've been fortunate to win 6 times, and you know, a lot of people come into the sport and never win. But having said that, I also fully recognize that there's no reason we can't win a lot. And I don't care what anybody writes, what anybody thinks. I really feel that when it comes race day, we perform better than 99% of the people out there. And, you know, so as a team, we do, myself, we just got to qualify better. If we can qualify better, we'll be a thorn in everybody's side. And that's a fact. And we just have to get better. And we know where it is, you know, on the chassis side of things. Every time it comes qualifying day or qualifying time where we both have to push a little harder, both of our cars go very loose. We know the rear of our cars are just not good enough. We've seen that in preseason testing so far this year. Same thing as last year. When we need to find that extra tenth or two, it's just not there for Takuma and we've got to correct that. But absolutely, we want to win. We want to win. And you better believe, like, I don't come here year after year to just drive around. You know, our sponsors don't invest in us year after year, you know, to see us not win. Our team owners don't invest in this year after year to not win. So we absolutely feel it. You know, it's, you know, honestly, man, like, we saw Mr. Malshers write up the other day that didn't even mention our team in it. And that's good. That's good motivation. It was sent around. It was sent around to everybody in our team. Hey, here you go. Here's what they think of us. So
I didn't do it.
you better. No, it was Bob. But all I'm saying is, like, we use that as motivation. You know, show all of our guys, hey, here's the way we're viewed. So, you know, go out there and let's turn this thing around and prove everybody wrong. Because certainly last year was not what we were 2017, 16, 15, you know, all along. So, you know, we're here to win. I mean, there's no doubt.
But you explained one of the problems and why I didn't mention you. I mean, I was looking down at turn 6 and you, Taki, was so slow to pick up the throttle on that uphill left.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you were saying.
Yeah, the cars aren't good
Cars
enough.
got loose, yeah.
The cars aren't good enough. I know, we know that. But that's what I said. I mean, in all honesty, you know, at the end of last year, we identified all these areas, and it's a shame that it took us so long to identify, okay, we need to develop dampers, we need to develop oils, we need to develop all of these things. Well, how do you get that all done? Everybody thinks the off season's long. It's not. You know, it's just for a team like us. And again, I say a team like us, and a team like us meaning we don't have excuses. I mean, we have the sponsorship that we need to go and be successful, but we just frankly weren't developing enough, and we got so far behind. Now we try to jam it all into one off season. It's hard, and we might not see the fruits of that labor for a little while until these processes and, you know, programs kind of get resolved. But I do know that the effort is completely behind it. You know, everybody is 110% focused on doing the best that we can. And, you know, ultimately we know that the best that we can is to win races because we've done it. But, you know, there's no doubt. I fully expect the Andretti cars seem like the best right now. They were the last year. I thought better than Ganassi if you didn't count Scott Dixon. And, you know, and the Penske cars gonna be good. Obviously, you know, we've got a lot of space, you know, to close up, but hopefully we can do it.
All right, with that, we've got to wrap it up with Graham so he can move on to the next assignment.